Manchester, both those jobs, Europa League, Manchester United, Wazinho, baby, what happened?
We fucked it. I'm just gonna give credit to Villarreal. They defended quite well, quite deep, but at the same time, you can't use that as an excuse. A club like Manchester United and the players they had to find a way to break teams down like that. Am I surprised with the way Villarreal played? Yes. Am I gonna be like Paul Scholes and slag them? No, of course, credit to them. They did what they needed to do to end up getting a result. And if anything, they exposed our set piece issues quite well and scored the first goal. United were kind of lucky to get their goal, kind of a deflection, kind of Edison Cavani picked it up. Don't get me wrong. Rashford should have finished that clear-cut chance he had. Honestly, United could have won this in the first 90 if they just took their chances a bit better, and they didn't. So this game goes the distance. Penalties, one of the craziest penalty shootouts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, someone was bound to lose, and David De Gea misses. And honestly, it sucks to see, but United can only blame themselves.
I think there was complacency by United going into this. It's just Villarreal. We are United.
Oh, I don't even know if it was. Final. I don't even know. I don't think it was complacency. Honestly, it just came. No, it came down to tactics. The way the team was set up. On paper, the team looked very well, but I think Solskjaer really missed it.
If we look at your starting 11, it is a decent enough starting 11.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, is it that starting 11? I'm sorry, that starting 11 is more than good enough to win a.
Yeah. And
other than Harry Maguire, that's their starting 11.
Yeah, no Maguire. It was season. Eric Bailly and Lindelof as center backs.
Maguire was missing. That's huge.
But really, but
the question mark is you're asked, well, why didn't Solskjaer make a single substitution? It's like he was knowing this game was going to penalties. It's like, why? It's like you look at Pep Guardiola, your noisy neighbor who's winning trophies. He made a couple substitutions in the second half of the Champions League final, not the Europa League final, man. Use your brain a little bit, Solskjaer. I praise the guy, but fuck.
It's not like your bench was terrible. You ended up bringing on Juan Mata, Tuanzebe, Alex Telles, Dan James, and Fred.
How about Van de Beek?
Yeah, where's Donny?
What the fuck? He would have probably. I think someone in the locker room, or I can't remember, said, but Donny Van de Beek, this is a guy who played in the Champions League semifinal. You'd think he would have the quality to supplement your team in a Europa League final.
The Mason Greenwood coming off for Fred. What? That's when you should be putting.
Yeah, that's my biggest critique. There's a lot of issues with Solskjaer, obviously, as a manager. One of my criticism is that his substitutions are always very questionable.
One thing I want to say about the Donny van de Beek's thing, I've always said from the beginning that this wasn't going to be the best signing for Manchester United because I've always I feel like this is kind of similar with Havertz with Lampard because Donny van de Beek, I always thought of him as better as a player higher up the pitch in the roles where Bruno Fernandes lays around it,
or even Pogba.
I don't see him as a guy sitting beside another midfielder. I've never seen him as a player like that, and obviously United, they might have thought that they could do something like that with him, but either he can or it's going to take a lot more time to develop into that type of player. And
he's very young and he can, but it's going to be tough. I'd rather play him in his best suited position. I don't want to sign a player just to change his position. You know,
if you want him to play in his best position, he's not going to play all that often like this season because you have Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. And for example, you signed Fabinho to be a center defensive mid, like an anchor. But there's times where you're going to have to play him as a center back in case of injury. But that's not the case at United. You want to play your best player in the best position, right?
Fabinho was already capable of doing that, though. I don't think Donny van de Beek was capable of doing that.
The way I view it is that, Donny van de Beek is capable of being a CDM when he has to be. But you'd rather play him in his... Right. I don't know. That's the way I view it.
I'm sorry, I don't agree.
I think a lot of fingers are going to be pointed at Manchester United in terms of they've bottled this. This should be a United trophy. They should have simply gone into this final.
We should have
been the better club and just gone on to.
And a matter of fact,
but people are disrespecting the effort that Villarreal went into. They put this. They went into this game massive underdogs, and they played a very, very good match. Like you said, they defended very well, very compact. I think 1/4 was very good in this match. I don't know why Spud sold them, but I think Villarreal deserve a lot more praise than what they're getting.
And then they want to win a trophy.
It does go
whatever.
the distance, like you said. It does go to penalties, and like I said, an absolutely insane penalty shootout.
Their penalties were
11-10.
fantastic.
It ends 11-10 on penalties for Villarreal. And like I said, David De Gea was the one to miss
Which is a
penalty.
shame. Which is a shame because, honestly, let's be real here. David De Gea should have never been in a position to shoot a penalty. It's whatever.
Well,
I don't
David
really expect.
De Gea could have stepped up and saved a penalty.
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Rudy.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
Rudy
I would
actually
hope
stepped up and slotted.
My
his
thing
penalties.
is, I don't
Fantastic.
care about that. It's the people disrespecting David De Gea after that, because that man has done so much for our club. Our club probably would have. There was probably seasons where we would not even like qualify for Europe if it wasn't for him. Like, he was an impact. I hope this is not his last outing. There's odds are he will probably get sold to an Italian club or Spanish. So I hope. You know, it's a shame if that's a send off for him.
You know, it's crazy because I think if he went a year ago, you know, when Dean Henderson was still on loan out at Sheffield United, we went, United have the best 1-2 goaltenders in the Premier League. Now we're sitting here today going, who's the starting goalkeeper for United? Will it be Dean Henderson? I doubt it. Will it be David De Gea? I doubt it. Where's your starting goaltender coming from next season?
Why would you doubt it being Dean Henderson?
Well, it's probably going to be
he's been
Dean
very
Henderson.
shaky as of recently. People have not been happy with Dean Henderson. They
I
think
mean,
he's deserving to be a backup. And I, to an extent, I agree. I don't think.
I think he's
Henderson's
improving
ready
as
to
a
be
keeper. You know,
United number one.
as a keeper of his age, he's going to go through some dips of form. He's not going to be perfect at his age. He's
That's
proven
why I
that but he's proven he can be a good goalie. He can make quality saves. He can.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying I think he'd be for another couple of years. I think he'd be a great number 2.
Yeah, I guess, but the unfortunate
I don't
part
think
is
Dean
that
Henderson want to be.
the unfortunate part is that David De Gea will likely be sold, and Dean Henderson will be the starter, as United have already made plans to sign a backup keeper in Tom Heaton. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you have. 'Cause
So
that's the best
either
backup
Dean
United
Henderson
can get.
or David De Gea's gone, and I don't think United want to let go of Dean Henderson.
No.
Just in the case it turns into another Paul Pogba situation where we let a player go and he turns into a world-class player. But that's obviously, you know, different positions, different situations, and all that. But you know what I'm saying.
But let's just finish this off. I just want to say congratulations to Villarreal. I mean, it was great seeing them celebrate with their fans, the scenes in the city as well. I think smallest city to win a European trophy as well. 50,000 people live in
Not bad.
there, which is incredible.
Would
And
you
also,
say,
I want to
Lucas?
give myself a pat on the back. I'm not the best at predictions, but I did say this on TikTok like 5 months ago.
This guy.
I should really choose Spurs as my choice, but I'm gonna go with Villarreal, but that can always change.
That was my Europa League prediction.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Fair enough, Lucas. Fair enough.
Would you say, Lucas, watching that Europa League final, you had a good evening?
See?
Good evening.